All right, recording is starting now. Y'all can
Okay.
go ahead.
Hello. So my name is Asani. As Nikki said, I'm a senior. Me and Kileya actually both go to the same high school as well. So we are located in Richmond, Virginia, and I go to Meadowbrook High School in North Chesterfield, which is in the Richmond metropolitan area. I have my own business called Kinty. I'm actually wearing my hoodie right now. It's a apparel clothing brand. What else about me? I'm about to go to college. In August, I'll be attending North Carolina A&T and business management. So I'm excited for that. And I actually went to one of your events like a long time ago in Atlanta, and H&M sponsored the event. And I went through my it was for my cousin's wedding. We just wanted to like go to some random place or whatnot. We just got in, and it was a really good event, by the way. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
All right, well, I'm Kileya Johnson. As Asani and Sister here said, me and Asani go to the same school. I also go to Meadowbrook in like North Chesterfield area in the Richmond metropolitan area. I also have my own business. I sell and make specialized travel pillows, mainly for kids and kind of branching out into adults. It's for everybody, but I make them mainly for kids. Um, Sorry, I just got out of school, so I was moving around a little bit, but it's really nice to meet you, and I'm really glad that we are here doing this interview with you today.
Well, it's an honor to have both of you interview me. I used to be a former high school art teacher, so I miss this age group. This is the group that kept me cool. So not being able to talk to them often kind of makes me feel. But so now I'm back into the fold, so I'm very excited about that. As you all know, my name is Nikki Porcher, founder of Buy from a Black Woman. I do a lot of things, but I say everything I do is to make sure that Black women are seen, heard, and supported. So I do that through education programs, financial assistance, and a lot of advocacy work on behalf of Black women business owners. We say when you support a Black woman business owner, you support a whole community. And we know that the community starts with Black women. So that's a little bit about me. But I know you guys are going to get into the questions, so I don't want to say too much. I want you all to, prive.
You can go first with your question, Kileya.
All right, so I have a few questions to choose from. I got to think about which one I wanted to go first. So I know what you kind of do and everything, and I really love it. Actually, I love your entire mission, what you do for like with your business. But I wanted to ask you, how do you define success for not only your business but also for the women that your organization supports?
So once the Black women businesses that we support find success, that's our success story, especially if it's come through by from a Black woman. There's this rumor or just like a little inside saying that the Black women business owners who are part of the community always say, like, if Nikki calls you, there's money on that line, so answer the phone. So it's like one of those things, being able to make sure that the businesses that are part of us, the businesses that trust us to advocate on behalf are successful is how I get my success. There's like Buy from a Black woman wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for Black women business owners going out there to start the business. I can't do nothing if there's no Black women doing the businesses.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So my question was, what challenges and successes did you face when coming up with your nonprofit organization?
Oh, all of them, because I'm a Black woman who is telling people to buy from Black women. And I'm not like sugarcoating it or trying to pretend I want you to do something else. I want you to do exactly what I'm saying. The name is the mission and the motto, right? So one thing, I'm not sure if you all how much you dug into it, but I lost my job when I started Buy from a Black Woman. So Buy from Black Woman started when I was working at another nonprofit, and I was very bored at the nonprofit. Anybody, any adult can tell you nonprofit work is not for the faint of heart. Like, you're doing it because you really truly believe in the mission, not for the money. But I was bored out of my mind, and I was trying to figure out why I was working this job, and I knew what I wanted to do, but they just wouldn't let me do it. And then a woman got hired over me. I wasn't even offered the position to even try to interview for it, and she had no experience. I knew she had no experience, and she was a white woman. I'm very candid with that. So I really didn't like that because she was the neighbor of the person who was on the board, and she needed a job, so she got that job. So I was like, well, why am I putting all this effort into stuff when there's people who look like me, people who think like me, who might need help after I went to the event? So I Once I started buying from a Black woman, I got pulled into the office and they let me know that if I wanted to continue to do buy from a Black woman, I could not continue to work there. So I did not continue to work there. So that was one of the challenges because now here I am. I was only 2 months in and I was jumping out on a leap of faith of just trying to figure out. But what it was is that I knew if this was such a threat to these white people, to this nonprofit, which was not even nowhere in the same class as what Buy from a Black Woman was, but if this man who's been leading this organization for the last 12, 15 years can tell me that I need to stop doing what I'm doing, he sees something that I don't even see yet. And I'm only 2 months in. So I got to go ahead and go over here with this. Luckily, I like collecting experiences. I like collecting education. I'm a huge geek in that. So I had a teacher certification where I could just fall back on. So I started teaching high school while I was building Buy from a Black Woman. The challenges with that was I am, because he's still alive, a single mom. So I was raising my son at the time and also teaching high school and then also trying to bring this organization that was so focused on Black women businesses in a time period where people really were not even understanding why I would create something like that.
Thank you so much. That was truly powerful.
Oh, thank you.
Another question. Well, yeah, as Asani said, that was really powerful. I really liked how you said that like you kind of saw it as if this person was taking it as a threat and that you had to stop what you were doing, then it was really something that you should keep pursuing. I never really thought of it that way. It's like they always say that, you know, one door closes and another door opens, but it's like you kind of saw how big it could have been just from one other person's perspective. So that really struck me. Um, then I also wanted to ask, what do you think people misunderstand about the experience of like Black women in business?
Yeah, a lot of people misunderstand that when we say support Black women business owners, we're saying don't support everyone else. And that's just not true. We just know the numbers don't lie. So if you're supporting Black women, you're really supporting everybody else. There's a quote, and I don't want to misquote it, but it's around the thing like if Black women are free, then everyone else will be free. And that's why they don't allow us to be free because they don't want all the people to be free. So when you support Black women, that's literally going to change everything. So the misconception is that people think because I'm saying buy from a Black woman, I'm also saying don't buy from anybody who's not a Black woman. And that's just, I want you to buy from everybody, but I want you to buy from Black women first.
So my question is a little more like, I guess, not a little push my to put like a little, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not the best question. But
Okay.
you know, Black folks aren't always kin folks. So a lot of businesses, maybe even Black women owned businesses, they could be Black owned, but maybe they're who they are as a person, they're not really good people. So what do you only support Black owned women businesses that have a good cause in their business and also who are just overall good people?
So that is an interesting question. And we friends, so we're gonna talk honest because I want no sugarcoating, right? So I don't know. Let me be very nice because this is recorded. There has been a tradition that at the end of July, which is my birthday, at the end of what we do, what we call the Buy from Black Women Inspire Tour, I receive an email from one Black woman business owner who lets me know just how terrible of a person I am because I had to tell them no. It never fails. And it's always, oh, I was waiting for your birthday to be over. I was waiting for this tour to be over. And this is because what they wanted or what they expected to happen didn't go the way that they saw it in their head. They still got what they wanted. They still got everything from us, but because it didn't happen a certain way, it's my fault. Or because they half performed, it's my fault. So those are the people who I can tell in the beginning are going to, you know, down the line, no longer be with us that long. And that just is part of the experience part of the, as you work around it, you can see, because I know the work I'm doing is purpose work. People come into me to show me examples of what I want to be and also examples of what I don't want to be. So when I come across not good people, that's a reminder that this is not how I want to treat people. So now I'm seeing this as an example in real time to maybe there was something that happened previously that I just didn't pay attention to it. So I had to get the lesson a lot more in my face, or maybe it's something that's going to happen in the future and I'm just not sure. So it's just one of those things. The people who are not for Black women businesses, stay away from us. You know, they are keyboard warriors, so might type something in the comment or might say something in a group chat, but they really don't bother me because I'm protected. And it's just like, you mad? Like, why are you mad? Like, because you don't have a business? Because you can't buy from a business? Like, you know, and all those things is whatever people think about me is none of my business. I really don't care. If I'm being real honest with you. I honestly could care less what people think about me. And that comes with age and experience. I wasn't like always like this. I'm in my 40s and I'm like, if it's a you problem. You don't like me because I'm dope as hell. So sorry.
Thank you.
No, I noticed you said that a lot of the time you can figure out or you can tell by the time that like their first tour is over with you and everything. Um, People or businesses and business owners that won't really last long necessarily in the tour. I was wondering, how do you like do you have a process that you go through to choose what like which businesses that you highlight, or what process do you go through with that?
Yeah, so we do have a fair process as far as when we're highlighting businesses on our socials or in e-blast. I don't want to share too much because people always ask what our process is, and I don't want to give away everything because so many people want to build a directory and get through that. But we do have a process that we use in-house for that. So yeah, we have a process. I just don't want to share it if that's okay. Okay.
You're good, completely. I was just wondering if you did have one because I was like, they highlight so many businesses and that you guys do so much. I was just wondering how did you like filter it out? Like if you did
Yeah.
filter it out or if it was just you did everybody.
Oh no, we have a whole filtering system. We also have, and I'll share here, this could be public knowledge. We also have a QA team. We have secret shoppers who buy from businesses in the directory as well, just to showcase the customer service, the shopping experience, and how they arrive in shipping so that we can also keep a handle on the businesses who are part of the directory. Our business is the highest ranking Black women business directory that has been used. Is Black women, I know for sure. I don't want to say Black business, but we are the highest ranking Black women business directory. So we want to make sure we keep it that way in the businesses that are part of our community, our quality businesses. One of the things that we have, like you cannot join the Buy from Black Women directory if you are less than a year in business. So that's one of the ways we make sure that we weed out a lot of the people who might not last. Because if you haven't done a year full of business, there's no way that we can, keep that moment to go and when you haven't done the work yourself.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I was just wondering about it. Um, Asani, did you have another question?
You have a question. This is kind of similar to the one I asked earlier. So at Girls for Change, sometimes I hear people say like, "Oh, well, y'all support Black girls, why I don't support Black boys?" You know what I'm saying? Kind of those questions. Do you ever have people who was like, okay, buy from Black woman, what about buy from Black man? Like, do you have those kind of comments or people who try to, go into the business or try to add a business to your your whole thing and it's like a Black owned man business? Like, how do you confront that conflict or that conversation?
Yeah, so I get that all the time. At least once a week, there is a person saying, well, if I start a buy from white people, that would be racist, or what about Black men? So they go back and forth. And it's funny because there's a book called All the Men Are Black, All the Women Are White, but Some of Us Are Braves. And it really talks about how the intersection of when Black women try to put themselves forward, that the other races, the other people who are women, other people who are Black will come to belittle what you're doing. And that's just not true. So when people are saying, oh, well, about buy from a Black man, I'm like, well, you're a Black man. Why don't you start something for the people who look like you? It's just that easy. You can't have buy from a Black man because I own that. So, but also start something similar to what you want to see, because that's what I did. The same thing when white people come to me and they're like, well, it's not the same thing because we don't have to tell people to buy white because we are just so saturated in white culture that we have no choice with certain things that we have to buy white. So there's that. I don't have to tell you to do something that you can't not do. But that's all I just say. Like, if you have an issue with me only supporting this demographic, why don't you do something? And then that's when they're like, oh, well, da 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 da. Like, don't get upset with me because you don't see what you want, but you won't do it. It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, thank you. Because I was just wondering, because I just always hear, like, especially with Black women-owned businesses, like those kind of questions, or if it's like targeted towards Black women, I just hear these things. So I definitely will check that book out too, because I love those kind of books about Black women.
Oh, I'm a book geek now. I can refer you to some books.
Yes, I love me some books. Okay, so thank you for putting me on.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to borrow it from Asani what she's done. But it was really funny. I was doing something else somewhere with I think the Richmond Forum, and I realized there was a man who wrote a book actually about how when or like from what I was getting from it, at least from his presentation and everything, he was saying that when a lot more people started trying to push forward and support with all of the minorities, with Black people or with Black women specifically and things like that, the boys and everybody fell behind in like education and in business and things like that. And so now I did like the fact that he came out and he did something about it, but I was wondering how you like I know that you said earlier, like, if Black women are free, everybody is free. And that was a really touching statement for me because it made me really think about it. Um, but like, I noticed that a lot of people feel that when you do put one minority forward that is going to help everybody move forward, they feel like the other people, instead of moving forward as well, are moving backwards. So I was wondering what you kind of thought about that type of statement.
Yeah, in full transparency, I don't think about it at all because there's no need for me to focus on what's not working when I'm trying to provide solutions that I know work. Those are type of things, again, if they're butt hurt because I'm focusing on this one demo that looks like me, right? Like, and I'm not focusing on maybe like cats or dogs or Save the Pandas in Africa. I'm literally focused on people who look exactly like me, who live in the place I live. So that's a lot of the mindsets that the people don't really understand, because so often we're not working for us. We're not helping us. We're always showing up for other people. But when Black women show up for Black women, that's always an issue, because it's like, how dare you take care of yourself? How dare you only focus on yourself? Like, even with what's happening now, Black women are like, we're resting, we're not doing that. The backlash that we're receiving from that, when we did what we were supposed to do, we showed up, we voted, we followed it to a T. But now that we're saying we're sitting down, that's an issue, that's a problem, because people are so used to having Black women labor do everything for everybody. So that's one of those things where I'm like, well, that's a you problem. And I don't think about them because I have to make sure that we are okay.
Yes, ma'am. And I was also wondering, I love your perspective on that as well. Like, just I want to make sure you knew. I was like, what advice would you give to people or girls that are trying to do something that like what you're doing, but they're kind of facing that same backlash? Like, what advice would you give there?
Yeah, first find a mentor. Find somebody who is going to be able to share real experiences, so that when things don't go the way that you want them to, or they don't work out the first time, you're not so distraught or feel so in a place where you don't think that you can get back up, because that mentor, it has a lot of failures and a lot of things that they can give to you so that you can avoid a lot of mistakes too as well. So that's the first one, advice I would give. Second is, you're going to have to get tough skin. You are a Black woman, and if you are trying to do something for Black women in a country where people do not value Black women, it's not going to be easy. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend like it's going to be, Asani said it earlier, like, not all Black women are for Black women. So you're going to run into that. And that's going to be the hugest disappointment, when another Black woman does something that betrays you or makes you feel less than, or does not understand why you're working away, or they're attacking you. And all you can think about is, I'm trying to help you while you're attacking me. You're going to have to get some tough skin and not learn how to take those things personal. And you're going to take it personal. And this is why you have to have different friends for different things. You got to have that friend who's going to gas you up. Like, hey, girl, I had a hard day. Remind me who I am. You have to have that friend who can show you the other side, so that you don't seem like it's unreasonable to think the way that you're thinking, but also you can see how other people think too as well. And then you need a person who's just like, I don't know, I don't like that. Like, that's not your friend though. You don't want to hang out with her too much, but have somebody who's a hater in your life, so you can run stuff around, so you can know what to expect when it really happens in real life.
Thank you so much. I love that you kind of went back to the not all Black women are for Black women thing. It's something that I've had to kind of realize time and time again, that just because somebody does look like you does not mean they are for you as well. So I thank you for highlighting that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things. I mean, it's every time. I've been doing this work almost 10 years, and it's still a disappointment every single time. So much so, like I cry because I'm just like, you are a Black woman. I can't believe that you would act this way or put this place or this thing in front of being a Black woman first. So yeah, it's going to happen. So be prepared, but you'll never expect it. So it's always going to be a shock every time, but just know it's going to happen.
I have a question. So it's more of a personal question, kind of backing down from Black women. What are the things that you do outside of work that keeps you, motivated, happy, and just, fulfilled?
Yeah, so I'm a creative through and through. Like I am always building something with my hands, right? And the reason for that is it's a reminder that I can create something with my own hands out of nothing. Like my ideas really can come to life. Last year I was in a deep depression. So I built a deck and I built my closet just to remind me that I can build things that I can stand on. So stuff like that. I'm very extreme. So I'll say that. I also run half marathons. So that keeps me sane. It also keeps me in shape because there's a lot of desk work that happens and then I sit and I can sit behind my desk for 12 hours. I went to go get a dog to make sure that I don't sit behind my desk for 12 hours because I have to walk them. So it's one of those things where you're putting positive sabotage things in place so that you can do things that you wouldn't really do. So like getting a dog. Okay, now I know I gotta walk the dog. So I know I'm not gonna be able to sit the whole day from sunrise to sunset because I'm going to have to get up to walk the dog. So putting those type of things in it. But I like running. I love reading. That's another thing that I do for myself. And traveling is, my drug of choice. I like to hop on a plane and go somewhere with no idea where I'm going or how I'm doing it, but I'm just there for the vibes.
Yes, I love traveling as well. So definitely that. And I need to get a dog soon because my parents ain't tripping.
But you're about to go to college. You can't get a dog.
No, I'm broke. I'm gonna do heroin in college. So I'm gonna get a dog when I'm grown, out the house, live my life.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Hmm.
As long as you have a plan. That's what I always say. I'm like, as long as I can plan it out, I'm cool. So, I had so many questions, and now I feel like they're all like answered and fulfilled and everything. I had a question while Asani, when you were talking about Asani's question, it just flew out of my head. Um, hmm, what do you feel is the most, I guess, fulfilling thing? Because I know that you do a lot of things to fulfill yourself outside of your work, but like, what do you feel is the most fulfilling thing that you've gotten out of it as well?
Oh my goodness. A lot. Um, a lot. I have to be honest with you. I bought a house. I have worked in government. I've been a school teacher. I worked at nonprofits, but it wasn't until I started working for myself, working for Black women, that I was in a position to buy a house. So that's like one of those things, like a job that an idea I had in my head is now my career. And I'm able to sustain myself. I'm able to support people. Like this crazy idea, like it was a thought, just a thought in my head. And now here we are almost 10 years later. I get to wake up when I want to wake up. I get to work when I want to work. When I don't want to work, I don't have to work. It's like, that's the type of like, my life is fulfilled. Like I can complain about some things, but I really don't have a lot to complain about. I need more money, but who don't, right? We all need money. So like we all in that boat. But yeah, my life is fulfilled. Like I really am at a place of peace and joy and I'm happy. So yeah, so it's all fulfillment, everything. I have a lot to be grateful for.
That's beautiful. Like that's the life I need when I'm old. So I'm in my 40s. Okay, that's what I need.
I just have to tell people, I'm like, I know you don't know me that well. Listen, I know you've never met me before, but I'm proud of you, okay? Like that, I that's what I kind of aspire for in like as I get older. It's something that brings me such fulfillment that I can just be happy with it. And I'm very happy that you have found that thing.
Thank you. Now, it's not always rainbows and happy meals every day. Now, don't get that wrong, but for the most part, like it's a good life, like there's other things I want to do and other things I am going to do. But looking back at who I was, what I've done, what has been done to me, places like the fact that I'm here doing this work is just surreal. So, yeah.
So I know we have to wrap up soon. When is like your next event? Because the one I went to, what was it? 2021, I think it was. I had a good old time. I got me some Oreos, some body butters, some necklaces. I was spending my parents' money. So when's the next event y'all gonna have? Because I want to definitely pop out if I'm able to. And
Yeah, so
my friends about it.
yeah, so we're working on we have 3 things out right now. I know I talked to Angela about we have our own shelves, but another person wants to pick that up too. So TBD, right? Just making sure, but I'll let you know soon enough because we'll be doing some events when it's to you can buy, but also we'll be launching a consumer education program as well. So consumers can learn how to be supporters of Black businesses and what being a conscious consumer really and truly looks like. So yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm gonna definitely tune in to buy from Black women more, especially since I know more about the business now. And thank you again. And I love your hair once again. It's so cute. I could see her hair all day. I'm like, her hair is too cute.
But yes, thank you so much for being here with us today and having this interview with us. Now, I meant to mention earlier, I felt left out because I forgot my earrings today. And they're across my room, and I felt like it'd be wrong for me to get up and go put them on. So I was like, but I love both of you guys' earrings. I was just staring at them.
Thank
So I was
you.
like, I can't go grab mine.
Yes, Beast
Thank
my
you.
store.
Well, a little trick that I do is I keep a pair of earrings at my desk, just in case I come to my desk and I don't have it and somebody wants me to jump on a call. I was, trauma is how you live and learn, right? But one of the things my mother used to always say when I was younger, only a crackhead walks around with no earrings on. So I always make sure I have earrings on. Yes.
Oh,
Okay, well, I'm trying to
goodness.
make sure we know right here, right now. I'm not a crackhead. I just left them on my nightstand.
Oh my goodness. No, my parents, my mom and my grandma did not play about that. They was like, put them earrings on. So I always keep a pair of earrings in my car, in my
Yep.
backpack. Like,
Yep.
they don't play. I don't know why. They just don't play.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah,
might be
you
because
keep
they
them
just
like
didn't say it the way my mother said it too.
Yeah, the crackhead, I never heard that. I'm gonna say it to my kids.
my mom always was like,
I'm
we did
sorry, your
not get
kids
your
like
ears
that.
pierced. Just for you to not put on earrings. I was like, you have a point. You have a point. Let me put in my earrings right now.
And that's exactly, she like, only crackheads walk around with no earrings on. I'm like, but that's so extreme. But now,
It's extreme.
like so much so, like I have piercings and I make sure so just in case I don't have my hoops in, I got something in my ear.
At all
Mhm.
times. At all times.
I
You gotta look out
understand.
for it, you know?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna start saying that too. I gotta write it down. Like, hey, I got my earrings on. You see that? Get it together.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. You two are a delight.
Thank you. Well,
Thank you.
Sister Nikira, she sent us your contact information so we can reach. Maybe if any of us have any other questions you want to ask, we'll definitely email you or reach out to you anytime we can.
Okay, please do. And I will see you all next week in person.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right. So we'll see you next week. Can't wait to meet you in person.
Likewise. I'm looking forward to meeting both of you and all of the other girls who are part of it.
Yes, we're all excited to meet you.
We are super excited to meet you. I'm so excited.
Mhm.
Like, hey, I know her.
Mhm. Thank you again for your time. Have a
Thank you
lovely
all.
rest of your day.
You
Have a
too.
good rest of your week as well.
Yes. Bye, Kileya.
Hi, Zani.